Quick check in before we start. If this season feels heavier than usual, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I see you. December brings up a lot: the good, the hard, the memories, the pressure, and sometimes the quiet way where your chest feels so tight and you're not sure why. Welcome to the Balance Recruiter, a slightly unhinged, definitely honest, and occasionally helpful space where we talk about burnout, balance, career chaos, and why your to-do list still has 19 things on it, even though you've been working all day, in theory. Hi, I'm Chastity, career juggler, recovering perfectionist, and professional plate spinner. I'm dodging laundry, chasing rest, and resisting the urge to book a runaway trip to a cafe where the Wi-Fi is too slow for work emails to load. And if you're feeling that energy too, yeah, you're in the right place. Since we're in December, a month that holds Grief Awareness Week, Compassion Month, and some of the highest emotional load most people feel all year, I want to gently step into a topic we don't talk about enough: grieving ourselves. I'm talking about the version of us we no longer are. It's losing parts of yourself, the version of you who had energy, the one who loved their job, the one who wasn't so tired, the one who believed I can handle this, the one who felt hopeful, the one who didn't walk around numb. Burnout strips things away quietly. It doesn't always come crashing in. Sometimes you wake up one day and think, I don't feel like myself anymore. And that hits just like grief. You start missing a version of you that felt alive, confident, connected, joyful. You start wondering, where did she go? And the guilt makes it worse, because then you think to yourself, you should be stronger, more grateful, more capable. But grief is grief, even when it's internal. Grief is any moment where your heart says, I miss who I was. I went through this myself this year, actually. Losing a loved one, losing parts of my identity, losing pieces of my joy. And it all happened while life was still moving. Work, responsibilities, my doggy, expectations. That's the thing about grief. It doesn't pause for your life. It just shows up in the middle of it. And for a lot of us, the grief hits after the loss, when the noise quiets down, when people stop checking in, when routines resume, and that's when you feel it in the quiet. You don't just grieve who or what you lost, you grieve the version of yourself you used to be before everything cracked open. I remember seasons where I'd look in the mirror and think, I don't even recognize who I am anymore. Working through the burnout, navigating through the expectations, trying to be everything for everyone, trying to stay strong, and realizing somewhere along the way, I kind of abandoned myself. That grief, it's real, and it deserves space. Burnout makes grief heavier, and grief makes burnout deeper. Burnout steals your capacity. Grief steals your clarity. So you end up exhausted but can't rest, emotional but can't express it, numb but overwhelmed, functioning but not present, surrounded but lonely. And the worst part, you start thinking to yourself, why can't I just get my shit together? But you're not broken, you're grieving. And grief demands energy you don't even realize you're giving. So, how do you cope when you're grieving yourself? Here's what helps and what I wish someone told me sooner. You're allowed to slow down. Not everything is urgent. Not everything deserves your energy right now. Name the loss. Say it out loud. I miss who I was when. Sometimes naming it actually brings clarity. And clarity is kind of like one of the first steps to healing. Treat yourself like someone who's healing because you are, even when no one sees it. You're not required to be the old you. You're evolving, and you need to understand that. And that version of you wasn't meant to carry everything forever. You're not who you were, and maybe you're not supposed to be. So that grief of evolving is not failing. Choose one thing that brings you back to yourself, and not your old self, but something that makes you feel grounded. Make small reconnections. What used to make you feel alive? What calms you? What would give you some spark? Is it a warm shower? Is it sitting outside? A clean counter? I'm not gonna lie, I cleaned my pantry last week and my cabinets, and I felt so good. I think I just needed a moment of decluttering. Walking my puppy actually helps me a lot too, because it's going outside into fresh air. And with that, it's breathing with the intention. Sometimes when we're so stressed, we forget to breathe or drink water, but breathing with intention is so powerful. And choosing comfort over hustle. Whatever it is, start with one thing, even if it's just 5 minutes of doing it. It's something that's not a hobby, not something that's productivity. It's just a small moment for you to reconnect with you. Make sure you treat yourself like someone you love. Would you rush someone else through grief? No. So don't do that to you. And let people show up for you, even if it's just one person. You don't have to do this alone. And if you don't have someone, truly, you can always DM and reach out to me. You have me. Here's a reminder. It's okay to outgrow the life you built. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to need help. It's okay to not be okay during the holidays. And it's really okay to grieve the version of you that didn't make it to this season. She served you. She protected you. But you're allowed to become someone new. You don't need to become your old self again. You just need to become someone you feel safe being, someone you recognize, someone you're proud of even on quiet days. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If today's balance looks like stepping back, crying it out, or simply breathing in your car before heading inside, that's still balance. And that's enough. If this episode hit home for you, share it with someone who might need it this season. And before you go, check in on someone today. And if you're grieving a person or yourself, and if you need help, dial 988 in the US or visit findthehelpline.com worldwide. And like I mentioned, you can always message me, DM me. You don't have to sit this alone. New episodes drop just in time for the weekend. Be sure to follow, share, and kindly leave a rating if you can. It truly helps this little community grow. And remember, burnout is real. Balance is the goal. And I'm somewhere in between, learning to be gentle with myself too. We'll see you on the next episode.